So we're getting leak after leak on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, and today we've got plenty of new information to share along with more confirmations of specs, but there's also a few rumours that just won't be happening on the Fold 3. Before we get started though, please like the video if you're a fan of Samsung. Let me know in the comments what country you're watching today's video from. So the first story of the day is about the powerful Exynos 2100 in the Z Fold 3. For those of you that don't know, it appears Samsung will be changing strategy and making the same flagship chip to power all devices from laptops to phones, similar to Apple's M1. Now Samsung are working on the chipset with AMD, and they're going to be taking over the GPU side and deliver the Radeon mobile graphics. And what it essentially means is that the smartphones and the tablets are going to have a chip powerful enough to run a laptop. While this seems great, it appears that rumours of it being in the Z Fold 3 are false. Economic Daily already issued a report to say that the chipset's coming in the second half of this year, but they've also revealed that it's making its debut on a laptop, and Ice Universe also confirmed that the Z Fold 3 is going to be using the Snapdragon 888 and not an Exynos system on chip. Now next up, we've also got news of an insane new AMOLED display with a pixel density of 1000 pixels per inch. To put that into perspective, the S21 Ultra has 515 ppi and the Fold 2 has 373. An advanced TFT substrate is going to be used to achieve these high resolutions, and Samsung expects that high resolution displays are going to become cheaper and more economical to manufacture than the existing models on thin film transistors. Now all this is great, but the technology is not going to be ready in time for the Z Fold 3, and it's actually expected to be coming in 2024. Now while the Galaxy Z Fold 3 won't have this 1000 ppi display, it is going to have a high resolution display, and given the small reduction in screen size, it's also very likely to have a higher ppi than the predecessor. We also know, thanks to the leaked promo video, that it's got a 120Hz display inside and out, meaning both displays are 120Hz. We've also had camera configurations confirmed for the Galaxy Z Fold 3 thanks to Tron, and this also confirms that the main larger display is going to have an in-display selfie camera, but the outer display will use a punch hole. Tron states that the front selfie camera is going to be a 10 megapixel Sony IMX374, and it's going to be a punch hole selfie camera, but then when we open it up to see the main display, it's an in-display selfie camera, which is again a Sony sensor, but this time it's going to be 16 megapixels. On the rear, it's another triple camera setup with 12 megapixel sensors. We're unsure at this time if it's going to be the same sensors as the predecessor, but hopefully not, and we receive a new camera system. It's also important to mention that more megapixels doesn't mean better cameras, so this isn't instantly a bad thing, but at the same time the camera system is normally not to the same level as the S series flagship. While people do want the best of everything, they have to remember that the Fold 3 is already going to be an incredibly expensive phone, so they can't have it being too expensive or sales would be harmed. That being said, there is a chance that foldable phones could be more affordable this year. We've already had a leak from Tron that states that the Flip 3 is actually going to be more affordable than the predecessor, and it's going to be starting from $1,000. Now many people are hoping for the same on the Fold 3, but currently there's no confirmation, and while they are finding better ways to manufacture the folding devices, we have to remember that the Z Fold 3 is packing a lot of innovation with S Pen support and an in-display selfie camera, so personally I'm not expecting a cheaper device. But overall, it's looking like the Z Fold 3 is going to be incredible. While I have avoided the folding phones for now, I think this could be the first one that I purchase. For those of you that want the full specs, design and the expected pricing of the Z Fold 3, we're now going to run through it all to help you guys decide if this is the phone for you. For my regular viewers, you guys have seen this, so just skip to the next video, but if you're new here, then make sure you hit subscribe and we'll get right into it. So when it comes to the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, the main inner display is actually going to be smaller than the predecessor, coming in at 7.5 inches. It is of course only 0.1 inches smaller, and it's going to be an LTPO panel with a 120Hz refresh rate. Resolution is currently unconfirmed, but it's likely to remain close to the 2208 by 1768 we saw on the predecessor, and it's going to be the first folding phone to support the S Pen. This is thanks to an increase in screen protection with a 60 micrometer ultra thin glass. Now the front display is reportedly remaining the same size as the predecessor and comes with a 6.2-inch AMOLED display, so if the inner display is reducing in size and this display remains the same, then we're hoping for slightly trimmed down bezels. When it comes to the cameras, we're getting a punch-hole selfie camera on the front display and an in-display selfie camera on the main. The exact lenses and sensors are not known at the moment, although we do expect them to be similar to the 10 megapixel wide angles that we saw in the predecessor. When it comes to the rear, we're expecting a triple camera setup in the new subtle camera housing, and there are many reports of minor changes if any, so expect a 12 megapixel wide, a 12 megapixel telephoto and a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. When it comes to RAM and storage, we're expecting the Z Fold 3 to have 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM with a choice of 128, 256 or 512 storage. There were rumours of an AMD and Samsung chipset, but it looks like the Fold 3 is going to be using the Snapdragon 888. It's all going to be powered by a 4275 mAh battery with 25 watt fast charging, and while it is slightly smaller than last time with the new chip efficiencies, smaller display and LTPO panel, then we should still see an improvement in battery life. It will of course ship with One UI 3 based on Android 11, and it's going to be available in beige, black, green or silver color options. When it comes to the pricing, nothing has been confirmed just yet, but we're expecting it to launch around $2,000 to $2,100 if we see the usual price increase. So overall, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 is looking like an incredible phone, and it's great to see more innovation in the smartphone industry. With plenty of leaked information coming through, we can be pretty sure that most of the information is correct, but with launch expected in August, then it's not long until we get the official confirmation from Samsung. Of course, as always, I'd like to know your thoughts down in the comments, so who out there is excited for the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, and what do you think about a 25 watt fast charge? But thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, smash a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down twice, and I'll see you guys in the next one.